Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It really is nice to see everyone again. Last week was my first official week back, but this feels a little more regular, and in that sense feels a little more like I'm really back at it. So we'll welcome Shabbat as I am used to doing with all of you by singing a Yai Lai Lai melody, a nigun. I invite you to join me in singing. Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La 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 Lai Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La 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 Lai Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La 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 Lai Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai, Yai La 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 Lai Lai, Yai La La Lai 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 Lai. As I said earlier, Shabbat Shalom. I'll invite you now to take a moment to turn to the people sitting around you and greet them and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Make sure we all feel welcome this evening. Yai la la lai 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 la lai, yai la la lai 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 la lai, yai la la lai 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 la lai, yai la 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 lai lai, yai la la lai 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 lai, yai la la lai 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 la lai, yai la la lai 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 lai, yai la la lai lai lai. We begin this evening, as we always do, by lighting our Shabbat candles. We just last evening finished lighting our Hanukkiyot, our Hanukkah menorahs, where we filled those menorahs up with 8 candles over the course of the holiday. There is, of course, a 9th candle holder, candle place, found on those Hanukkiyot for the candle called the Shamash. And the Shamash is a light that shows the way, that leads, that helps assist and guide the menorah as it is lit over the course of those 8 nights. Tonight we honor 2 Shamashes in our community, Toni and Gisela Pokorni, who have been with us for an unbelievably long time, helping us to find our light, guide our way, make sure we feel comfortable at home, and have truly been masters of this domain. So we invite them forward to light our Shabbat candles this evening. We'll turn together in our prayer books to page 2. And I invite you to join me in singing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Turning in our prayer books to page 12. The Kabbalat Shabbat section of our service, where we sing psalms as we prepare for the arrival of Shabbat. On page 12, Psalm 95, L'chu neranenah, sing with me. L'chu neranenah, yai lai 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 lai, l'Adonai, yai lai 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 lai, Shenu Turn together in our prayer books to page 14, Psalm 97, the paragraph right at the very bottom of page 14, Or zarua la tzadik uyishrei lev simcha, light is sown for the righteous and radiance for the upright. Or zarua la tzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Page 20, we officially welcome Shabbat with the singing with the recitation of Lecha Dodi. We'll use the refrain at the top of page 20 as well as verses 1, 2, and 9. I've been really looking forward to hearing a group of people sing this one in my absence, so do make sure you sing out for me. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmiyanu el hamiyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shemo tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor haberacha. Merosh mikadam nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'makshava tehila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzochola. Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, peni Shabbat, mikabela. If you are willing and able, I invite you to rise as we turn together to page 28 in our prayer books for our call to prayer. Baruch Hu Adonai, et Adonai hamavorach, Baruch Adonai hamavorach leolam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due. Praise be Adonai, to whom his praise is due, now and forever. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. You may be seated. Turning together to page 31, I invite you to read with me on the bottom of the page. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. On page 34, our prayer of oneness, we sing together Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. The continuation of those words from Torah, shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. We chant together at the top of page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha vidibarta bam beshivtecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai vehitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Turning together in our prayer books to page 39, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together, and singing at the top of page 40, our Song of Freedom, Mi Chamocha. Yai lai 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 la 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 la. Yai lai 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 la 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 la. Yai lai 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 la la. Yai lai 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 la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'edim Adonai. Mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh. Noratehi lo dosefele. Noratehi lo dosefele. Malchutecha uvanecha. Bokei ayam livnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze Elianu ve'ameru. Ze Elianu ve'ameru. Adonai yimloch le'olam le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam le'olam va'ed. On page 42, we ask that God spread over us a shelter of peace, a Sukkot Shalom, as we sing together this setting of the Hashkivenu prayer. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'chamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha, ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Turning together to page 46, I'll invite you once again, if you feel comfortable and able, to rise as we reach the central prayer section of our service this evening, the Amidah. We'll chant together in the middle of the page. Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 48. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chazdei Avot V'Imachot, U'Mevi Gehula Livnei V'Nehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, V'Ezrat Sarah. Page 50. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav lechoshia, Ma'ashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Sohomech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. Turning to page 52, let's read together in the English in the middle of the page. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. On page 55, the reading towards the bottom of the page, I'll invite you to read this responsively, so you will join in at the second paragraph. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency, make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Together, shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and the rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred into action. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. And with that charge ringing in our ears, I'll invite us now to take a moment of silent prayer, silent reflection, and meditation. We'll join back together on page 62 towards the bottom of the page for Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen. I'll invite us now to turn to page 253 in our prayer books as we take a moment to think of those who are in need of need of healing, of body, of mind, or of spirit. If you're thinking of anyone in particular, I'll turn my gaze around the sanctuary, and when our eyes meet, you can feel free to share that person's name or those names so that we might embrace them as one community. And for those of you joining us online, please, as always, feel free to leave names in the chat. The middle of page 253, we offer this community prayer for healing, our Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Schultz, the Executive Director of Sukkot Shalom, and it's my privilege and honor to pay special attention to two people tonight who've meant so much to this congregation, Toni and Gisela. Toni has been our building supervisor for how many years, Toni? 21 years, which is almost back to the beginning of the congregation. And Gisela has been with him and has served as our event manager, and all the beautiful food displays that we've had over the years are her doing. And but I want to read first here a note that was sent by Judy Buckman, our Executive Director Emerita. She writes, "Dear Toni and Gisela, I am so sorry that I cannot be there tonight to honor you both for all your years of service, dedication, hard work, loyalty, expertise, and most of all, for your friendship. I do not know what Sukkot Shalom would have done without you, and certainly I am not sure what I would have done. From the beginning at First Congregational Church of Wilmette to Community Church of Wilmette, and finally to our own building, you were always there. I counted on you both more than you will ever know. Who else would roll 15 pounds of lox, cut vegetables just the way I wanted them, wash and tray the fresh fruit and garnish the tray so beautifully, and meet me at Costco to shop and buy the food for $125 at a break fast? You always treated your time at Sukkot Shalom more than just employment. There was a real caring and concern, not just for the brick and mortar, but for the people. Lending a hand when someone needed extra help, being present at every event and making sure that things ran smoothly and efficiently. I can remember so many evenings when it was the three of us cleaning up late after an event, always making sure I got to my car safely and helping me carry everything. It has been quite a journey, and I feel fortunate to have traveled it with you both for so many years. I know I speak for the entire congregation when I wish you health and happiness as you embark on the next phase of your lives, and again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. With much love and gratitude, Judy Buckman." This does indeed speak for the entire congregation, and for me personally, I so appreciated the skill, caring, and artistry that Toni and Gisela have brought to their work. I learned so much about how to care for our building and how to run successful and flawless events. But most of all, I learned that as long as you do everything Gisela says, nobody gets hurt. Finally, to conclude, I'd like to share a famous Romanian phrase to send them off: Sei gesund.
Are there any fans of the TV show The Office with us this evening? Applause for The Office. For those of us who have seen the show, you may recall a moment in the midst of the first couple of seasons where a main character on the show finds other employment for an episode or two. And as the days of that character's absence progress, the other characters on the show start to notice their potted plants are drooping and withering. Their office supplies, which are usually neatly arranged overnight, are in disarray throughout the cubicles, and the jar of sweets at the receptionist's office is no longer magically replenishing itself overnight. And it's revealed that the absent employee has been exceeding the expectations of his sales role, acting as caretaker for the entire office, staying late after working hours to ensure tidiness, cleanliness, and vibrancy. In short, it was his caring for the office that actually ensured the other employees' comfort and well-being. Our congregation has learned these past couple of years, as staff members depart for new chapters and well-deserved retirements, that we are always left in exceedingly good and capable hands. And certainly the same will be true when Toni and Gisela step out the doors into their very, very well-deserved retirement later this evening. However, I am certain that we will still experience our own small situations equivalent to those office plants, suddenly in need of water after years of careful attention. And in fact, not to be too on the nose, and I confirmed this with my own eyes 2 minutes before this service started, there is an orchid in the Sukkot Shalom pantry upstairs as we speak that, thanks to your careful attention, has been flourishing since I watched it arrive in August of 2016. Toni and Gisela have cared for our sacred spaces for decades. Like many of you, I have never known Sukkot Shalom to be anything other than this magnificent building. But as Judy's remarks referenced, before 1001 Central Avenue, there were shared spaces with churches, high holidays in high school gymnasiums, office spaces on Linden Avenue and then Skokie Boulevard, family school at the CRC, services in beaches, gardens, backyards, and parking lots. Toni and Gisela cared for all of those spaces, helped our community to feel comfortable and spiritually at home, no matter where we gathered to spend sacred time together. In the somewhat recent past, many of you will recall the high holiday services held at the Church of the Latter-day Saints on Lake Street. The logistics of those services alone were enough to make anyone's head spin. 1 mobile ark, 3 Torah scrolls, musical instruments and audiovisual gear, 1,400 prayer books, all packed into a 17-foot truck mere hours before Rosh Hashanah or Kol Nidre was to begin. To realize the depth of what goes into preparing for services in a shared space, and to extrapolate that effort over the 20-plus years that Toni and Gisela have spent helping our community to feel comfortable wherever we found ourselves gathering on the North Shore, is to only begin to understand the love and the care that they have shown us. This is all to say nothing of the space in which we currently find ourselves. They care for our sanctuary, our social hall, our offices and classrooms, our kitchen, our roof, our garden. There is no corner of the building that Toni and Gisela haven't cared for in some way, shape, or form. And indeed, there is no person in this congregation who has not been touched by their kindness and support. They greet us as we enter the building and wish us well as we leave. There is no task too great for either of them. I know that I speak for the staff, past, present, and the rest of the congregation when I say it is hard to imagine doing our jobs without the two of you. A story is told of a queen and 2 loyal subjects. The queen, wanting to test both of the subjects, gives each of them a bolt of cloth and a sack of flour from the queen's own stores. The first subject, delighted, takes the bolt of cloth and the sack of flour back to their home, places the materials in a place of honor, and does nothing further. The second subject, equally delighted, uses the flour to bake many beautiful loaves of bread, and the cloth to weave a magnificent tapestry. Sometime later, the queen asks the subject to return the gifts. The first subject brings back the sack of flour and the bolt of cloth, and the second subject presents the loaves of bread and the tapestry. The queen shows special favor to the second subject, who knew enough not just to receive the gift, but to work to make the materials even more special and beautiful. Toni and Gisela, to say that you have both gone totally above and beyond to make our community more special and more beautiful would be a complete understatement. You joined in on our vision and our potential, and just like the beautiful tapestry or the orchid upstairs, you lovingly cared for us all these years. You saw to it that our Sukkot Shalom, our shelter of peace, became all that it was meant to be. We could not be more grateful to the two of you for the many years of service you have given Sukkot Shalom, and could not be more thrilled for the two of you to be starting a very well-deserved retirement. I would ask that the two of you come forward and join me up here. And if you are all feeling comfortable and able, if you would please rise. And stretch out your hands as we offer Toni and Gisela the words of the priestly benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, may God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's countenance be lifted up upon the two of you always, and may you both find peace. Thank you, thank you, and amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll remain standing and turn to page 282 in our prayer books as we begin the concluding prayers of our service this evening. We'll join together in singing Aleinu L'Shabeach at the top of page 282. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, Lateit Gedula Leotzer Breshit, Shehu Notei Shamayim Ve'oser Aretz, Umoshav Yikaro Bashamayim Mima'ol, Ushchinat Uzo Begove Meromim, Hu Eloheinu Ein Od, Vanachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 287. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We turn to page 290. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, life and death. Tonight, our Sukkot Shalom community is remembering Marion Ruth Siegel, Marshall S. Shapo, Helga Weinberg, Ira Weinberg, Irma Cherner, Samuel Hartman, Jenny Auerbach, Viola Bunny Leopold, Bernard P. London, David Rosenbaum, Helen Schwartz, John B. Coppola, Patricia Zimmerman, Gladys Wertheimer, Larry Bialis, Neil Moosey, Sherwin Lewis Steinberg, Albert Rogers, Audrey Browerman, Dr. Jonathan Slomowitz, Thomas F. Pick, Alexis Schleifer, Ron Goldman, Barbara Jane Hartman, Dolores Jackson Hedrick, Max Abraham Plager, Milt Malamed, Ronald Guilford, Dorothy Hefter Brow, Ida Glick Siegel. If you're joining us online, please feel free to leave names in our chat, other names you wish to share. On page 294, we recite together Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal, V'yit Gadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Yirutei, Ve'amlich Malchutei, B'chayechon Uv'yomechon, Uv'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Uv'izman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam U'lalmei Almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Please be seated. Oseh shalom b'mromav Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael In just a moment, we'll say Kiddush and Motzi and recess out into the foyer for a festive oneg honoring our two guests of honor, which I've been told is up to Gisela's standards, so that's a good thing. Just a brief announcement. Our final family school session of the year is this Sunday, where Rabbi Mark Rothschild will be joining us for Caffeine for the Brain. Always a favorite, always a very delightful and scintillating teacher, and learning from him is always a pleasure, and you are all welcome in this space at 11 a.m. This coming Sunday morning to learn from him. And then not this coming Shabbat, but next Shabbat, December 29th, will be Shabbat at home. So the building will not be open that evening for Shabbat services, and you'll receive more communications about that, I'm sure, in weekend happenings. If you'd all please join me in reciting Kiddush and Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Once again, our truest and most sincere gratitude to Toni and Gisela. I am sure you will all want to take the opportunity to offer them your profound thanks as well. The only thing I'd ask is that you actually let them get out of the sanctuary before you start talking to them so they can enjoy their own party. We'll join together in the foyer after one last song. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, everybody.